Welcome to episode 12 of the Bend It Like Bentner podcast. You know what we do here. You've been here for the last 12
Oh
years.
wow! I got one said I'm gonna do a new intro on the fly. Just like let's see what he comes
You
up
guys,
with.
you guys know what's up.
Hey guys, yeah, you know what's up. Yeah, wow.
You get what I'm putting down.
Round of
I'm not.
applause for
I'm
that
not cutting
one.
this. I'm not cutting this. We're just keep going. We'll just keep going.
That was fantastic. That was the best intro so
All
far.
right.
That might
Thank
be,
you very
that
much.
might,
You know this. You know what we do. This Premier League podcast got some premium Premier League content for you.
from some insanely smart analysts because we
As
don't have
always, remember.
Case here today, so we actually have people that watch the games. But
Yeah. Well, Sebastian is a resident dumbass now, actually. But before we get into all that, as always, remember to hit us up on Instagram at Bend It Like Bentner and on Twitter
I
at
bet
Bend
it
It
like
Like
Ben
Bent1.
one. Yes, sir.
Cutter created the handle, by the way. And
Best handle on Twitter.
I'm Jonathan. I'm joined by stellar panel. We just got three people today. We're keeping it light. We got Cutter
What's up? What's up?
and Joey.
How y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing
I'm
fantastic.
I'm doing pretty good.
There we go.
Doing pretty good sitting on top of the table. Feels nice. Crown on my head.
Are you guys actually?
Yes, what do you mean are you actually? We're top of the table for two
Did we
straight
not
weeks.
just have like a 30-minute discussion?
On what? On how you guys are top of the table?
Well, I'm sure
When did you
Cutter
say that?
mentioned it at least 4 times.
No, I didn't.
I know you said it once.
Nah.
I know you did.
Nah, I just said that we both had the top 4 in our predictions. We're the only ones that had that.
Yeah, that's all he said.
Yeah.
But given that it's all Chelsea and Spurs fans, I think it'd be fitting if we start with the big game of the weekend. A lot of people thought it was a big stinker, but I actually really enjoyed the game, as you guys know. But I kind of want to hear from you guys first.
Oh yeah, definitely
Um,
masterclass.
Yeah. My favorite part was the first 65 minutes where we saw the best baller in the Premier League play, Mr. Tanguy Ndombele himself. Got past Conte at least 3 times
He did
easily
he
without
was- he did
without breaking a
win
sweat.
Man of the match, so you're not wrong.
One man of the match. What can I say?
Joey, how can you watch a game and your favorite part is 65 minutes of the entire game?
And pure entertainment.
So
That's why.
basically, you just like the game.
Yeah, basically.
My favorite part of the game is that Werner had the lowest match rating out of all the Chelsea players.
Ooh.
Wait, where did he play?
Oh.
You see,
That's not even we're not getting into that. We're not, no, because it doesn't make sense to talk about
I didn't
that
think
in
he
this
was that
context.
bad.
Like,
I thought he was.
no, he wasn't
missed, like,
exactly.
he was like, he wasn't very clinical. Like he wasn't doing very good in the final third. But I feel like he was in a lot of good positions, and then he just lose the ball like over and over again. But I thought he was getting good positions. But I mean, I guess
He played absolutely terrible in the midweek against Rennes. That was his worst game by far.
it was.
But before the game, Joey, or not before the game, the day before the game, me and Joey were talking a while about this game, and he said something that I thought was insane. He was like, "You know what I'm watching for this game? I want to see Ndombele versus Conte," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I was so confused, and he was like, "Just watch." And I was like, "All right, I'll watch."
Yo, Conte was getting spun around over and over. That was so funny.
Here's the thing, though. I rate Ndombele after that game. I really do rate him. Like, I don't think that Conte should have done better, but I think it says way more about Ndombele than it says about Conte, because Conte has been having a great season as
Yeah.
always. Like, for you to bully Conte like that, and we saw the video where they brought in Thiago Silva too. Like, that was a special game for Ndombele.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty special thing.
He
And if you think
he
about it,
looks
you
confident.
guys,
He looks so confident on the ball.
yeah. If you remember a while ago, Well, I guess it was after the first game, Everton. We were like, Spurs have no midfield, and
that's
now that might be like the best part of your team.
the workhorse midfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you include Kane in the midfield, then it'd be the best part of your team. But
Oh, 100%.
but really think about it, like everyone's seeing Højbjerg's class. Actually, I don't know why I'm the one singing Spurs praises, but I'm just telling the
Keep
truth.
going,
Like,
bro. Keep going. I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna complain. Just keep going.
I mean, I don't know. It's just like you went from like why is Harry Winks on a Premier League pitch to like
He's not.
Højbjerg is pure class, Ndombele is pure class, and Sissoko is a workhorse.
Sissoko running up and down the field.
I love Sissoko. I've always loved him since he came to the club.
He fits that role perfectly, that box to box.
I mean, like,
If Tanguy had the stamina to do that, and we could put Lo Celso in front of him, or even Dele, that'd be scary.
That would be great. If we could put Dele in that role, if we had that pivot of Højbjerg and Ndombele, and Ndombele can work on his stamina, we can play Dele in a position where he doesn't have that defensive commitment, and he can play as that second striker like he used to back when we had Moussa Dembele and Eric Dyer playing as the best CDM in the league, which I don't know what happened. I don't know.
It was Wanyama and Moussa Dembele.
Good too.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Dyer was still very good that season. Back when Dele was breaking out, Dyer was like playing insane. Like he looked like a great holding mid, and then he just like lost his legs and forgot how to run. I don't really know what happened.
It's funny you say that because since like a few years ago, like my brother has always been saying like he always wanted Eric Dyer to go to Man U, and but like now he's still saying it because he doesn't get to watch that much soccer, and I'm like, bro, he's a center back, but you need to chill with that. But
yeah, he used to be so class. Like there was times where I watched him. He just reminded me of like Sergio Busquets with like the way he sprayed the ball out wide, and he just sit in that pocket between the two center backs, and like I don't know what happened. He forgot how to pass the ball. And he forgot how to run.
I mean, you might have to chill.
That's
You might have to chill with the Busquets stuff.
Yeah, no, that's a bit far-fetched. Busquets is on a different level.
That was extremely far.
He was like he was young. He was young, so you're able to compare him at that point. Like saying like he looks like he grew into that position, but instead he just got worse. I don't really know what happened.
But now we have Højbjerg at that role, so
yeah, now Højbjerg is looking like baby Busquets.
looking like the guy Pep wrote about in his book a couple years back.
He was young. I don't think people realize that. I think he's 24, 25?
He's 24, maybe 25.
Like it's not like some experienced 29, 30-year-old player.
Did we lose Cutter?
No, he's here.
It's
Cutter?
Hello?
Alright, maybe we did lose him. But yeah, no, Højbjerg's doing bits, and as you said, the whole Premier League is taking note now. I think he has the most passes in the league.
No, we heard you, but there's a little lag. Try and fix the situation real quick.
You guys hear
But yeah,
Okay.
good job.
They had a quick little lag spike.
Yeah. But before we get too deep into the teams, I just want to take it back to the game for a little bit. I mean, there's not too much to say, so we might as well cover it. It was basically, in my opinion. Actually, you guys got to go on it because I was about to talk good about Tottenham again. So just you guys go.
Okay.
You got this, Johnny. Keep going.
No, I'll go. It was sort of like the City game against Tottenham where Chelsea were passing it back and forth, trying to create that opening, and Tottenham were preparing for that counter attack, but Chelsea did so much better in containing the counter. And our really big chances was that one at the end where I hope Gio was hoping Lucas was making that run at the end, or I have no idea what he was doing. And other than that, we had that Serge Aurier shot that Mendy saved within the first 15 minutes.
And also the Bergwijn chance.
The Bergwijn chance, too, at the very beginning. And then Chelsea, on the other hand, they had a couple shots on Hugo, but Hugo had that massive save on Mason Mount, fingertip save.
Yeah,
I don't know how he made that save.
That was the biggest chance of the game. That was a
100%.
really nice shot from
the
Mount.
Bergwijn chance was the biggest chance of the game. I think
Definitely
he
not.
shanked it so hard. If you watch it back, he shanked that shot so hard.
Yeah, but Mount's almost went in the goal.
No, yeah, that's what you're saying.
A big difference.
Mount was the closest.
Mount was the closest chance. I think Bergwijn had the greatest chance.
The
The greatest chance should have been
was
Lo
Giroud.
Celso at the end.
Yeah, Giroud.
The
had
Or
greatest chance was
Giroud at the end,
Giroud.
too.
Giroud as well.
Giroud saw his
Tammy,
French
Yeah, I feel like both
compatriot
teams
in
had
net
times they
and was
could
like,
have
nah, I
scored.
can't score on him.
I mean, one of the big talking points of the game is the fact that Chelsea could not break us down whatsoever. And that's coming in
Yeah.
a team where one of our center backs is playing for the first time. I mean, he's played like 10 minutes off the bench and that's it. Coming in the whole Leeds in a back three. Other than that, this is like his first minutes, his first start, and he made one mistake on the offsides goal, but other than that,
And the header back for
yeah,
Giroud's shot.
yeah. But other than that,
That was some Phil Jones type shit.
It was. I mean, he looked like a player that could mold into a good center back. But the fact we're able
Speaking of the
to hold
offside
our
goal,
defensive line,
speaking of that offside goal though, if that had scored, that was sweet. That was so
that was
nice.
a really good finish.
I was jumping up and down. I was so happy.
That was
And
pretty. That was super pretty. I saw the replay on that back, and it curved so much at the end to hit the post and go in.
Yeah.
But I feel like the fact that we were able to keep our defensive line with the guy who never started before says a lot with what Jose's done with this team. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. It was just that's the main takeaway from the game was you guys had an excellent low block because like any low block is going to be somewhat effective at stifling the opposition. But if you have a team like Chelsea with all that creativity, like you have to be pretty spot on to hamper them.
like
And
you have four extremely flary players starting: Werner, Ziyech, Kovacic, and Mount. And I mean, you have Reece James, who has one of the best whips of all the right backs in the league, probably top 3 or 4. And
they got
Thiago
Chilwell
Silva
too.
ping balls and Chilwell off the left. Like, it's not like it's a team that's very creative, and we were able to stop you guys from creating that many big chances.
I'm glad you said you could.
The closest chances were coming off of crosses, deep crosses from Reece James, and Tammy Abraham was just forgetting to head the ball. Oh, he didn't know how to time his shots. He looked like he was like an 18-year-old getting his first start. I don't know what he was doing. But those are that was like really the one way you guys were carving out chances.
Yeah,
Like
the game was crying out for Giroud, and then he came on and he missed his opportunity too. Unfortunately, he didn't get the headers that Tammy got. I think we all agree that if he got one of those headers, he would.
Yeah, it should have been vice versa at the end, right?
Yeah.
Where Tammy came in for that chip and Giroud had those headers.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't as easy as a chance as it looks. Like it was a kind of an awkward balance. Like it wasn't, and Lloris had a really good positioning as well. I feel like he should have put it in a better spot than he did. But I feel like it wasn't like a clear. How'd you miss that chance?
Even if it's not like as good a chance as I personally think it is, what he did do was pretty bad. Like he passed it to his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he was trying to put it up to the near post, and he probably should have put a load to the back post.
Just chip it.
That's
what he tried to do.
Yeah. But obviously, this game was 0-0, so it wasn't just on one side. I thought Chelsea's defense played really good again.
Yeah.
They didn't concede anything.
Yeah, like it wasn't one of those games where it's a boring 1-1 and it's just poor passes and attacking third the entire game.
Yeah.
It was more of good defending than poor attacking in this game, which
I think a lot of people were bored though, which is interesting. Maybe I honestly think it might be just because we're Chelsea and Spurs fans and we're so invested in the game. That might be why we had a good time. But I don't know.
It seemed a little more back and forth. And if you watch, I don't know, like the Chelsea United game, where there was literally just poor passes back and forth in the final third, and that's why there was no goals. It wasn't as much to do with good defending; it was more to do with poor attacking. Where I feel like this game had a lot more to do with good defending and good plays by the DMs between Sissoko, Højbjerg, Kante, Kovacic, or big headers won by Zuma and Rodin. It was more of that type of game.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought something that's really important for Chelsea, you could tell it was in the game plan. Or before I say this, to why it was like a good game for me, it was like a clear tactical battle.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just stagnant offensive play. You could see what the managers were trying to do to stifle each other, and it kind of worked too well. But plus I think both teams were kind of fine with the draw. Like neither team was in the last 20 minutes going to throw people forward because then we would have gotten a couple of late goals.
Yeah,
But
that's a reason why I don't think Mourinho put any attacking subs in until what, the 91st minute, where he put in Lucas. So, and he even put
Yeah,
in Ben
exactly.
Davies for Bergwijn. So
Well, that's one thing we do a
Yeah.
lot. We'll put in Davies and Bird for our left attacking midfielder, and bring Reguilón to the left mid position due to his versatility, which is nice. You can have more defensive support whilst
yeah, no more defensive support. That's why he does it. Because I'm sure as hell Bale won't be doing that.
Yeah.
But something I really like that Lampard did. Me and Joey were trying to like guess the lineups the day before, and at first I actually did guess our midfield, but then I was thinking about it, and obviously Spurs have like a really potent counterattack. So I was thinking maybe he would play Jorginho instead of Kovacic.
Oh yeah, no, and I said no way Jorginho's playing.
There's no way he plays. Our midfield's too pacey for him.
That's what I said. I was
Well, they're
like,
pacey,
he won't
but
keep up with pace.
he's a deeper player than Kovacic. So that's why I thought maybe he'd have him and be a little more conservative. But
Probably Daniel Drinkwater didn't play.
who?
Daniel Drinkwater.
In your dreams, bro. It would have been
Do
3-0.
you guys still own him? Like, is he still at your club?
I'll look it up.
I don't have much interest in that. I'm pretty sure he's not. He could be a free agent for all I know. But yeah, I like what Lampard did because he played a pretty attacking midfield, or a little more attacking midfield than what I just said, having Kovacic, Kante, and Mount. But then it was clear that they coached them well. Anytime Chelsea lost the ball, all three of them were sprinting back. Like they were hauling ass. And those particular players, like sometimes, Mount will be past the forward line. Kovacic can be a little bit lazy at times, but you could tell they were all taking the defensive duty seriously. And particularly Conte, like Udinese owned him a couple times, but other than that, I thought he was really good on the day. Like I think some of it you couldn't really see because he wasn't necessarily making tackles, but he was just always getting back and he was always in the right position for me. Like, and that was the reason you guys couldn't really break through the middle, I thought. And you mentioned too that Zuma had a really good game.
Bro, I thought Zuma was
trying to deal with Son.
That
was the weird thing about this game.
But other than that, I thought he was.
Yeah.
I thought he was probably our best player.
Which the one mistake was scary though because he has that in him.
Yeah.
Like as good as he's been playing this season, he does that way too much. I don't know what it is about Chelsea, but Zuma does that. Christensen, Rudiger, even Tomori at times.
Even Silva, who did it against West Brom.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you could say even Silva because that was like the worst one.
We have similar issues, so I understand that.
Oh yeah, you guys definitely have similar issues. Like Dyer and Davinson.
The exact same issues with Dyer.
Davinson's about to be out of a job because of that.
The only player that has been making mistakes this year is Alderweireld. He's been so good this year, so him going down our last game was big.
If you think about it, we're just saying the same thing. Like it's a bunch of defenders that have mistakes in them, and then one experienced, old, great defender who's a veteran.
Joey, would you agree? I don't know how much you've watched like other games and other center backs, but do you think Alderweireld might be the best center back so far this year from any team?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't been watching other teams as much as I should be, but for Tottenham, 100%, yeah. Ruben Diaz has been doing good for City when he's played.
Thiago Silva
really
has been doing fantastic.
Yeah, Thiago Silva's been really good as well.
And Dyer hasn't been messing up that much.
Burnley?
Burnley, oh my god.
Forget about that one, buddy.
I just remembered that one. But it didn't lead to the goal, so the only thing that I thought of when I said Dyer was the Andy Carroll handball or the Eric Dyer handball.
Game as well with Danny Ink getting through the back line.
Oh yeah, that was messed up. Okay, I take that back.
You would think it would be Laporte, who you guys haven't mentioned yet. I actually saw Laporte make a really dumb mistake against Sheffield. I don't know if any of you guys caught it when that game was, I think, yeah, that game was like 0-0 for a while, and or no, sorry, 1-0 because of the Kyle Walker goal. And Rhian Brewster had like an amazing chance. I thought that was Laporte's fault. That was like a month ago, so I don't remember the specifics, but
Well, see,
I
the
don't know.
reason why
I'm sure Case watched.
the
I'm not
reason
so sure.
why I didn't mention City is because they've had. I mean, I say that, but they really haven't. I haven't. I just haven't
Oh,
watched
Cutter's
all of it.
having mic issues again.
Oh, I am. Hello, hello.
Wait, Carter, you gotta wait a second. And wait, this
That's
always
better.
happens. Anytime we point it out, it's better.
All right.
I think it's
Is
just
it good
scared.
now?
It's just scared of me and Joey. If we acknowledge its existence, it stops. You can keep going.
All right. Okay. So, what's it called? I feel like I haven't watched that many City games this year. But then I just went and looked and I realized I watched the City Leicester game, the City Leeds game, the City Arsenal game. I watched the City Liverpool game, City Spurs. So I guess I really have watched a decent amount. And I watched 5 of their games. But I feel like I haven't watched. I feel like I haven't watched a lot of them this year. I don't know why. So I don't know. I feel like it's hard for me to analyze some of their players. I don't know. I don't know why though.
Yeah.
I've actually watched them a lot. Too
I
busy
mean,
watching all the Leeds games and Brighton
they've
games.
been conceding less. They've kind of they've kind of seems like they've solved their problems.
Yeah, I mean they lost 2-0
Like they
They lost
barely
2-0 last
concede
week.
any goals.
They lost 2-0 last week.
Well, last week doesn't exist on this podcast.
I mean, they have 2 clean sheets in their last 3 games, or for last
Who
4
who'd they
games.
lose to again? Oh, they lose.
Spurs.
They lost to you guys. My bad.
Yeah, idiot.
Yo, I don't know if you guys realized, but the 2 podcasts we didn't do was when you guys beat Man U 6-1 and when you guys beat Man City 2-0.
That's probably a good
Which is perfect.
thing. Case would not enjoy himself.
Yeah.
No, that's not a good thing. Then that would have been perfect
Yeah, true. It would be very funny.
to have a podcast. Then, yeah. I think we should move on to some other things, but before we do, I just want to ask a very simple question, and I think it's obvious what our answers are going to be, but I still want to ask it. At this very moment of these 2 teams, Chelsea and Spurs, because obviously they're doing better than most people expected. Who do you think has a better chance of winning the title?
Spurs. And the reason I say that is I think they are going to do better against the top 6 than Chelsea will.
Joey?
That's actually a good question. Honestly, I would say Chelsea just because of how much money they spent, their players, their depth, and like you said, Thiago Silva in the back line's been helping, Mendy in the back line's been helping. And it's been a good 8 games for them, and I guess it's been a good 8 games for Tottenham too. I guess just can they keep it up? But I'd probably say Chelsea as a Spurs fan.
Well, you say that.
Wow,
The point I
interesting.
just made was first the top 6. Chelsea has 2 points from their 3 games against the top 6 teams, or like the big top 6.
Have they
Yes,
played City
yes,
yet?
yes, seven.
They played Liverpool right away. That was kind of bad for them. They played Liverpool right away.
I mean, we played.
And I wish
we
our
played-
first game wasn't against Everton, you know?
Yeah, we played against Everton in form. I mean, but
You
they tied United 0-0, then tied us 0-0.
You can't really analyze. I mean, the Spurs and Man U games you can say, but the Liverpool one, you almost like those early games almost don't count them because it was a completely different team.
Well, the main reason I say it though, not because of what's happened. I just went and looked to see if it backs up my point that I made, and it did. But I feel like the way we play suits up against good teams better than the way you guys play well. I feel like the way we attack in small numbers, and I feel like against a team that pushes up high like City, who we beat, or Liverpool, or even Arsenal, like we're just gonna eat up their back line because we will only need Kane, Son, Bergwijn, and Ndombele to get behind them. When we play against you guys are a much better defensive team than all those teams, other than maybe City. But City pushes more men forward than you guys do. They don't have that Conte that can sit there in that hole and help them out. Like, I feel like Conte's probably the reason why we didn't win that game is because he's so good in that role. He can break up the play, whereas City doesn't have that. I mean, they have Rodri, but let's be honest, we all know he is nowhere near as good as Conte in that role.
And Cutter, going back to what you just said about Spurs attacking in small numbers, that's new.
Yeah.
Like when we had Eriksson and Dele in the starting XI, we couldn't really attack in small numbers.
Never.
And Ndombele's a player to dribble past everyone and make a hard final pass through in the final third, especially with the likes of Son, Bergwijn, and hopefully Bale soon in front of him. Eriksson and Dele are more of possession build-up players.
Yeah.
In a way, you guys are trying to pull off a Leicester. Not saying that you guys were Leicester last year, but like Højbjerg is kind of your Conte, Son is your Vardy, Kane is your Mahrez. Like it's kind of a similar thing because they were a very counter-attacking team.
Sissoko's our Danny Drinkwater.
Yeah, but literally, Lucas is Mark Albrighton.
Oh
it matches up perfectly. No, but you see what I'm saying, though, right? Because
I do.
With Leicester,
I know what you're saying. Attacking in small numbers and created chances with the 3 or 4 players.
And like the focal point of the team, it was centered around these 2 guys. Like they had this 1-2 punch of Mahrez, Vardy, and you guys are hitting the league with this. Obviously, Kane's better than, or Kane right now is better than Mahrez has ever been.
Yeah.
But you could probably guess who I think he's going to win the league. But I truly do think Chelsea is going to win the league. If I didn't, I wouldn't say that. I find it interesting that or not interesting. I'm happy that we're even having this conversation. Like I'm very happy that we're in the race. But
that's the thing. So let's say neither of us trip up in games that we should be winning. Like we don't trip up in the Sheffield games, the Burnley, the West Brom games. You guys don't drop points in those games. And it comes down to the game against the top 6. Do you think your team is really going to get more points against the top 6 than we will? Like, do you think your team can beat Liverpool with the way you guys play and the way they play?
This current Liverpool, absolutely.
How about
We'd be favorites against the Liverpool this year.
What about a City?
Because personally, I don't think you guys match up against them well.
Honestly, I think you're making a good point, but I think just back to what Joey said.
I feel like Leeds this weekend is gonna. I don't know. You guys could get outscored. Like it depends on how you.
We could talk about Leeds in a second, but I just feel that Chelsea has a better team. Like I think Chelsea is so complete. Like what Spurs is doing right now is great, and I honestly I kind of do like your point that that it's better to play against the big teams with like a really good defense and attacking in small numbers and having these super players up top.
Mm-hmm.
But Spurs are a little one-dimensional right now. In fact, not even a little, because you guys to some extent play this way even against the small teams. Whereas Chelsea, like we're hitting you on the left, on the right, we're hitting you in a million different ways. So you could say that you guys are better against the big teams, but in general, like you guys could, I don't know how to say it, but you guys could get found out in a way, or like the form could dry up. And I think that will happen at least for like a patch. Whereas Chelsea is just a little more complete. I mean, right now, we could talk about who we think is the best defense. But if you just look at pure numbers, goals going in the back of the net, right now, like Chelsea's getting clean sheet after clean sheet. Like
we have less goals.
So are we.
We have the least goals against in the league.
We have the most clean sheets. I mean, if it wasn't for Kepa, we would have the least goals.
I mean, if it wasn't for Davinson Sanchez, we'd have probably.
If it wasn't for that West Ham game, yeah.
West Ham game, if it wasn't for that game, we should probably have 6 goals against right now, because of Davinson Sanchez having an absolute stinker.
And that Andy Carroll header, bro.
Yeah.
I would bet though.
A lot of our goals have been so bad. Oh my gosh.
I would bet though that if you just took the stretch since Mendy and Thiago Silva came in, and I know you might say that's a little bit unfair, but that's what our team is now. If you just took that stretch, I'm pretty sure we've only conceded 2 goals. That has to be the least.
Oh, probably. I mean,
I don't know. Wait,
maybe
so
not because
how many
what we
games?
have 3 clean sheets in a row.
Yeah, how many?
It's
So
it's like it's like 7 games.
How many games in a row? It's been 6 or 7. You said.
Yeah, there was a game that Thiago Silva didn't play, and we got a clean sheet in that game too. But yeah, it's been 6 or 7. Mendy has 6 clean sheets, so it's
Okay,
probably
so you
been
want me to
like
the
8.
so our last 7 games, right? We've
Sure.
conceded
Just say how many. Yeah.
1, so 0, 2, 0,
They're
3,
2.
1, 4, 1, 5. We're going to conceded 3 against West Ham. 5, 4, and the United game. 6, 5.
6, 5, yeah. I say 5.
Yeah.
That West Ham game and that fucking United penalty.
Oh wait. Yeah. So
And the
5.
Brighton was that foul against Højbjerg.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I rest my case. I rest my case.
Okay.
You ain't gotta take the case, but I rest it.
I wanna talk about this Leeds Everton game now.
I was thinking the same thing, Joey.
I don't have. Oh, the one thing I do have to add when you were saying like how Chelsea have different styles of attack or can attack from the left and the right.
Yeah.
When we hopefully Delhi comes back into the picture, we could input him, and then Lo Celso is a different style than Tanguy, and then also if we have a fit Bale out wide too, then we'll have the punch on the left, the punch on the right, the uppercut in the middle.
Bale is the trump card. Honestly, if Bale becomes hold on a second. Yeah. If Bale becomes Bale, you guys should win the league. You have Mourinho as the manager. You have Bale, Kane's son. You're supposed to win the league. If Bale keeps laying an egg,
see that you say Mourinho's son, Kane, Bale. What about Klopp, Firmino's son, and Firmino, Salah, and Mane?
Just take the compliment. Well, well, we could talk about Liverpool real quick before we get to Everton Leeds. I don't think Liverpool are winning this year at all. I hear a lot of people saying they're still favorites. I don't see Liverpool winning for the simple fact. I mean, I'm not saying anything new, but they don't have Joe Gomez. They don't have Van Dijk for the whole season. Fabinho and Matip can be as good a pair as you want. They can't withstand the amount of games. Like they're gonna have to play Nathan Phillips. They're gonna have to play this other young guy. Their whole midfield is out right now. I don't see how that works.
They played an academy keeper tonight, I think. His number was like 62, and they won 1-0 against Ajax.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. They're still really good. They're still really good. They'll get Champions League.
Did you guys see the team that Bayern put out against Atletico and still got a point?
Yeah. Oh, they got a point?
Yes, with that team.
Bro, Bayern are assholes for getting a point in that game.
They didn't even have Lewandowski in the team at all.
I know. I saw the lineup.
Oh my gosh.
Another thing too, though, I just got to take credit for this. I wish everyone was here, but a while ago, like 6 weeks ago, I asked who are the title contenders, and I don't want to say specifically you guys, but there were people on this podcast that were like Everton have a better chance to.
That were like, that was funny.
I think it was them. They were like, Everton has a better chance than Liverpool, and I was like, what are you talking about? And they were like, why not? And you know what I said? I said squad depth, and then what happened? They lost like 3 players. They haven't won one game in the past 5 games.
Yep.
Because they have no depth, and that should have been obvious. But anyway,
Liverpool.
Just got to pat myself on the back. Liverpool have more depth than Everton.
Biggest thing about Liverpool right now is they are not getting points in those nitty-gritty games. I feel like they're dropping points in all those nitty-gritty games, which is going to be the reason they won't win the league. I feel like even with the amount of, even the players they have left, like their team put against Brighton is still a great team. Salah, Firmino, Jota, Milner.
They can beat anybody. They can beat anybody.
Robertson, Fabinho, Phillips, Williams. I was like, even you say Phillips and Williams, they're actually decent players. Dean Williams and this Phillips guy's actually been really good for them so far.
Yeah, he's super fast.
Mane, Henderson, and Jones off the bench, like they still have players.
I mean, in the league, they've only dropped points to besides that Villa slamming.
Villa,
they only dropped.
Brighton.
Brighton
City.
was that VAR call at the end. Everton was the tightest
And
of
Everton.
offsides.
And then City, where De Bruyne missed a penalty.
City, where I guess you got a point there. But we'll see how they come up against Wolves this weekend, and then we play them soon.
I don't even need to see that Wolves game. They can win any individual game. The only way that they win the title for me is if
they beat West Brom.
No.
Well,
The only way they win the title is if this is one of those seasons where you can win the title with like 82 points instead of 95, and it might be.
I don't think it will. So, obviously, it's not going to be at 100 points a season. But I think this season is going to come down to who picks up the most points in those nitty-gritty games. In those Brighton games against those teams there. The Brighton games, the Leeds, the Wolves, the Evertons, the West Ham, Southamptons, those teams that can come at you and beat you. And whoever gets the most points in those games, I feel like is going to win the league. I feel like those are important games. I'm saying those mid-table
why do you think
teams,
specifically that this year?
I feel like...
Is it because the mid-table teams, there's like a lot of strong mid-table teams this year?
Yes, there's a lot of strong mid-table teams that are going to be taking points from teams. I feel like...
Even West Ham.
That's why I said West Ham. Even Newcastle sometimes has good games. They are the most in-and-out team I've ever seen in my life. They played so bad against us. The fact we tied them is horrific. It was like the worst 90 minutes I've ever seen of a team. Well, 97 minutes, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, they were terrible against Chelsea too.
But they have some games where they look really, really good, and I don't understand how. But
speaking of mid-table teams, Everton Leeds.
Wait, what team were you saying that we just tied? That we tied like in 97 minutes?
Newcastle.
Oh, but Callum Wilson's been doing good for them. He's been scoring and assisting.
7 goals. Same as Patrick
Bamford. Saint Maximin.
But yeah, going to Everton Leeds, it was really a tale of disallowed goals, if you ask me. Did you guys see James' goal that was disallowed?
Yes. Oh,
that was
God.
Filthy. Filthy.
Dude,
you're right. You're right.
Good. This game was so good. So
that was the fun game.
Yeah, it was super fun because literally every Leeds game is fun. I watched this game and I hadn't seen them in the last few match weeks, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, I'm out here watching Man U and Arsenal games with Leeds is going to be doing this every week.
Yeah, like Leeds games are more fun to watch because they're so prone to counterattacks that no matter who they're playing against, they're good.
Yeah, they can lose to anyone and they can beat anyone, literally anyone in the league. But well, maybe they can't beat anyone because they're actually, if you think about it, they're actually not even that good a team because they're so bad at the back and they can't score for their lives.
Well, they just had a clean sheet against an informed Calvert-Lewin and James Rodriguez.
Yeah, but they.
But they what?
Leeds, I think is good.
They almost didn't though.
I think going forward,
they almost didn't.
This season, going forward, Leeds midfield has been the best in the league. The amount of chances that midfield creates is insane. I would love to see how many chances.
It's the most in the league.
They're
number one.
I'm pretty sure I feel like Jack Harrison has to have created the most big chances this season. That man should have more assists than Kane, but Patrick Bamford doesn't know how to score. I can't even imagine.
Well, Jack Harrison doesn't know how to score either, based on the Everton game. Their whole team, literally, I don't understand it.
They're so
Rafinha hits the post a lot too, and he was the one who broke the deadlock in the end.
I bet Bielsa does like one drill. Who?
The Poveda. Bro, he's so
good.
Fast, bro. He's like Adama Traore, except he's like a 5'6" little stick, bro. Like he is.
I bet Bielsa literally runs one drill in training. Like he's just press and pass the ball and then go home. Like they don't do any shooting drills. They don't defend. They probably got Melier pressing too. Like
he's young. He's only like 19, right, or 20 something.
Do you guys know that people think he's amazing? Like they think he's gonna be like the next big
20.
goalkeeper.
No,
Like,
I think he's good. I feel like he just has some stinky moments at times.
66.
no, but
Wow.
Okay, yeah,
stinky
Pavetta.
moments. He has like one Kepa moment a game.
Mhm.
No. I wouldn't say
Bro,
that. I wouldn't
he's
say
he's
that.
stinky, bro.
Okay, bro. I was the one that was
Yeah,
so harsh
I
on him that
would,
first game. You don't remember that?
and so was I,
But
because he played terrible.
remember you just said you'd
And people
watch.
said he
You
played
just said
great.
yourself you haven't watched him play in a couple games.
You said Liverpool, right?
Yeah, but I'm
That
saying
was the first game.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. I was talking about the Liverpool game.
yeah. Well, yeah, he has a Kepa moment in him, but I feel like he's also he's a very good shot stopper. But I don't. He reminds me of, and it actually makes sense. He reminds me of Lloris, like Lloris from like 2 years ago. He's a great shot stopper, but sometimes he just does the stupidest things, or just doesn't catch the ball in a dangerous area, or doesn't punch it out far enough. He just tries to like tip it out, or try to catch it and drop it, which is what Lloris does sometimes. And it's so annoying.
Mhm.
Everyone in that Leeds backline and Melier love passing the ball to the other team, and I do not understand it.
So does your
Especially,
back
or
line.
sorry, not anymore.
You did it last game in the 94th minute.
Zuma.
Literally. I mean, not anymore.
No, but this
That
is
Pavetta kid is literally he's 5'5". Like he's actually
they're worse.
a little midget.
They're worse than Chelsea last year at that, and Chelsea were really bad. So
Yeah.
they need to get that defense in order. But obviously, you don't look at Leeds for the defense. But I just want to say that I think it might get lost on some people if they don't watch it that much. Which, by the way, I have seen a good amount of Leeds. I just didn't see them in a while. I watched a lot of them at the beginning. But some that might get lost. They're not just a super fast and attacking team. They're a very sophisticated attacking team. One of the things they like to do a lot
Sophisticated.
is what they are sophisticated, but but one of the things they like to do a lot, which works out really well for them, is they like to do these little 1-2s on the side where like the fullbacks come in or the wingers come in, basically anyone wide, and it's super effective, super quick, and it just looks really nice. Like and overall, I feel like they it's very fluid. Like they always know where to go, and once they get the ball, they already know where they're going next with it. Like their attack is more sophisticated than most of the big teams in the league. I mean, if you want to say that they're the best, if you just took out finishing, I
Hmm.
mean they're up there. They're up there among the best in the league at creating chance at attacking.
Mhm.
But you were talking about that Pavetta kid who came on at the end. The guy that I really liked from that game was Rafinha,
Yeah,
and I'm
Rafinha
not
was
Yeah.
talking about the goal. The goal was really nice, take out the goal because I was thinking this before the goal. The whole game, like he's just one of those typical Brazilian guys that just comes from out of nowhere. Like he came from Rennes, just like Edouard Mendy. Clearly, they're doing a good job, but he just I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but like
He
anytime
was all
I
over the
see,
field.
yeah, but that's what I was gonna say. Anytime I see a Brazilian player, I look to see if they're like this Rafinha type, where they just play the game differently. Like he's just skillful. Like there was this time where he got the ball in the box in a tight space. Do you remember that when he got the ball
Yeah,
in the
I know
box
what
in
you're
a
talking
tight
about.
space,
Mhm.
and he just spun on a penny, and,
Yeah.
and it was a terrible shot, but.
So
Just
okay,
that sort of stuff.
so
And he's super pacey too.
I just
Reminds me of Tanguy and Dumbele.
oh
If
my gosh.
if he had pace and if he could play more than half an hour.
So
Yeah,
I just
honestly.
found the site which shows all the expected goals and points and goals against, and
Yeah.
Brighton has the fifth most expected points in the league, and they're sitting 16th. That's crazy. So yeah,
So is expected points like if you tally up all expected goals and
uh-huh,
expected goals
uh-huh.
against?
Yeah. So right
Hmm.
now, first and most expected points is Chelsea with 18.89, then Spurs
Yay!
18.86, Liverpool 18.69, And then Aston Villa 16.72. Then Brighton 16.48.
So are we underachieving or are you guys overachieving?
We're both
Hmm.
overachieving. We're overachieving more than you though. Or actually, I'm wrong.
Uh,
Never mind. Ours is 16.86, not 18.86. So wait, yeah, no, we're third. We're third. Liverpool's second. You're
how
first.
many points do you actually have?
21.
21.
Oh
Because
wow.
And you guys
our
have
expected
18. No,
our
19.
expected goals is 17, and we have 21. Our expected
If
against is
you
12, and we have 9 against.
if you think about it, that makes sense because Son has been super clinical
Well, yeah.
and Kane
So
always is.
Son's expected goals so far this season is 3.86, and he has and he has 9. So
Jesus.
yeah. And
No, but literally that
I mean,
that
and
makes complete
Kane's
sense.
expected assist is 4.28, and he has 9. So
I don't understand expected assists, but that the thing with Son that makes complete sense because he scores like anytime you give it to him behind the defense. You're not supposed to score literally every time.
yeah, I know he does. He's so clinical at one-on-ones. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The only team that's let's see who's the most accurate with expected goals. I mean, let's see. It's expected points. You guys are the closest. You guys have 19 points. You're supposed to have 18.89. The next closest is Arsenal, who are in 14th. That's kind of funny. Everyone else is more than a +1 gap away. You guys are the only, or Leeds is within where they should be. They're supposed to be a little better than they are, but
Yeah.
it's actually pretty interesting.
But we talked a lot about Leeds, but what did you guys think about Everton? Because they didn't look too impressive to me. Because
Um,
Leeds pretty much dominated the game. I mean, that's
yeah,
what
it
I
was
thought.
kind of a sloppy midfield from Everton. I think it was different too. It was the Alan Ducote because I remember Andre Gomes came off the bench, which is different than how they started the year. But they
Well,
got past those two with ease.
they played a back five, which they don't normally do.
Yeah,
I
they
don't know
played
if
Oh,
they
and they
played
were
it
Davy
they
before.
were
off right.
without Digne and whoever played right back.
Coleman.
Oh, Tom Davies played right back, right?
Yeah, Coleman wasn't playing.
Yeah, yeah, he just
Coleman,
said
I
that.
know Coleman was hurt, and I would guess Sidibe must be hurt too. Um,
Usually
but
it's
yeah,
what's his name? Godfrey has. Well, Godfrey played one game at right back and he was
they,
horrible, so they just don't play
yeah,
him
no,
anymore.
he was part of the 3 man in the back though.
Iwobi, Iwobi was playing left wing fullback too.
Yeah, and they were getting by him left and right, creating so many
Yeah,
chances.
this is exactly what I was saying though. Like
Everton
they
don't
lose
have
a
that
couple.
depth.
They lose a couple of players, and they have most of their key players. So the only key player they didn't have was Digne. Other than
They're two
that, they had
fullbacks.
Calvert
They're
Lewin,
two fullbacks, and they don't
Coleman.
really have backup fullbacks whatsoever.
Sidibe,
Yeah,
he must have been hurt.
Uh, Coleman and
yeah.
Digne.
But I mean, I guess there's just not really much to say. Like Calvert Lewin they didn't get him on the ball at all. He
well,
had
so
that one
this
chance,
is the
which was
game
at a
I
weird angle.
specifically wanted to talk about, but I couldn't talk about it with Case because he didn't watch it. But
Oh, Sidibe's on Monaco.
yeah, he's gone. I was wondering
He's
why
not
I
he
even
didn't
on
wasn't.
the
know
team.
that. I did not know
That's like
that.
that's the Godfrey's the backup. But if Calvert-Lewin can't create chances by himself, he is a goal scorer. And that's about it. That's the only thing he has in his game. He's just a number 9. He's not a number 10.
Poacher, yeah.
He's
I mean, that's a
literally
great thing to
nothing
be.
else. He's like I think Patrick Bamford is a more complete striker than Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin's more clinical, but Bamford can get involved in the build-up. Calvert-Lewin just sits on the back line. That's all he does. Can't do anything
Calvert
else.
Lewin. Calvert Lewin reminds me of a prime Miramar Giancarlo. Don't you think, Johnny?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
low key, low key.
It's so funny. Oh my
Just
god.
well, actually, no, because when I look at Calvert Lewin, the first thing I think of is him jumping, and I don't know if Giancarlo can jump.
No, but Giancarlo would just not stop. He would always shoot. Like even if he missed, he'd just keep shooting, and the goals would
Yeah, so I
eventually
mean, it's
come.
actually a good thing to go by. Like expected goals, Leeds was 3.11 and Everton was 1.29. So I mean, you can really see who was creating chances the most in that game. It was a game that Leeds had in the bag. But
Yeah. Well, they don't have it in the bag because it's not a fluke that they can't score. Like they need to figure
Yeah,
that out. You
I
you got to put the ball in the net at the end of
yeah.
the
I wonder
day.
what they're.
I mean, they had one cleared off the line. They hit the post. To be fair, they hit the post 3 times against Arsenal and didn't score a goal.
Yeah, that
But
was so annoying.
but like
I
I
hope.
mean, if you keep doing that, it's not even luck anymore. Like put it in the net, not the post. I mean, I don't know.
And something interesting. Sheffield's expected goals is 12, and they've scored 4.
Oh no. Oh
And I
no.
mean, looking
That's
at it from
bad.
this week, their expected goals was 3.37, and they didn't score. Oh my god. It's
It's
actually,
funny to see you like comment through all the expected stuff with teams because this weekend I like just discovered that stat and I was looking
oh,
at
you
it for
did? I've
players
been
last
looking at it,
season.
but I never found a website to find it, and I literally just found one on Reddit the other day, and it has everything. It's so interesting because the thing is,
Yeah, I like it.
this is like a good stat to go by, because it factors
Yeah,
in all the
exactly.
bad misses and that kind of stuff, or the flukes, so you can really see like where players should really be compared to where they are,
Hmm.
or how overclinical they are. Like I mean,
Yeah.
Southampton's project should have 10 goals. They have 19. Like they've been clinical. Chelsea's
Yeah.
your guys have scored
You can't.
6 more. We scored 4 more. So it's actually really
You have
interesting.
to take into account though, at least with individual players, you can't just like look at a negative gap and be like, oh, he hasn't been clinical because like for instance, Gabriel Jesus last season he had the worst gap, which I think is pretty bad. But on the other hand, he had the highest expected goals per 90. So like just having that high of an expected goals is a very good thing. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
Because your expected goals is based on your performance too.
Hmm.
But actually, all the people with the highest expected goals were City. So
I wonder why.
that tells you. Yeah, I know. For me, the I feel a lot of the stats I don't like to pay attention to. So I was glad to see it too because it's like another useful stat. The ones I like are is pretty simple at first. It's just I think goals, assists, that's the best. I think key passes is a good one. Um, expected goals, and then defenders. I really don't know.
Yeah. So I mean, look like the
Like you can't
highest
just look at tackles.
expected goals per 90. I mean, out of players I've played at least 5 games, number one is Benteke. He hasn't scored yet.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
but
it's
that
funny.
shows too that like
Yeah. Well,
with
the
a
only
small
so
sample
the
size
players with the
because he doesn't start.
expected goals per 90 out of all the players in the league, Vardy's is like 1.01. Billy Sharp's played 4 games, 1.05. Edison Cavani 1.13. Somehow, Lise Mousset's played 14 minutes, and his expected goals per 90 is 4.44, and his assist is 2.43, and he doesn't have a goal or an assist. So,
That means yeah, but
he might.
again, that something like that you can't tell a single thing for 14 minutes. He
Yeah.
just had like 2 good chances in 14 minutes.
Hey, John Box has the second best expected goals per 90, or expected assists per 90. Let's go.
Golly.
Yeah.
We should probably move on to another game. I feel like I had another point. Hope it'll come in.
Yeah, I mean, what else was there? Liverpool had the late penalty called against them, giving Brighton a point. Right, Cutter? Was that a well-deserved point Brighton finally got?
Bro,
They finally got some
Brighton should
love.
have won that game. Brighton would have
Really?
played so much better.
No, come
No,
on,
Brighton played
no
better in that
way.
game, bro.
Yeah, but it was a dumb penalty, and Liverpool had 2 offside goals that were like razor thin, bro.
I don't know.
That was tough on
I think a
Liverpool.
draw is probably the right result, but
Maybe, maybe.
I don't know. Brighton keeps just dropping points over and over and over and over again. I mean, Liverpool had 6 shots. Okay, 6. Two shots on
I
target.
remember what I. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I remember what I wanted to say. This, if any, is a super illuminating stat. It basically explains why Aubameyang is playing bad. So we're not talking about per 90. He has less total expected goals than Edinson Cavani. And obviously he's played every single game. Cavani's
Yeah.
played how many games? He's
He
played like
hasn't
what,
started.
three
He hasn't
off the
started a
bench?
game. He hasn't started a game. Yeah, that's
Really think
crazy.
about how bad that is. And he's Arsenal's main man. So
Yeah.
he's not scoring, but he's also not getting chances. I haven't seen enough Arsenal games to like divvy up blame, but no matter who deserves the most blame, a lot of that has to go on Arteta because the number one thing they should be doing is getting Aubameyang the ball
I mean,
in
when I watch them
dangerous
play,
places.
really all I see is I see Saka gets the ball, he dribbles up the line, takes a couple people on, and then passes to the midfielder that switches to Bellerin, Bellerin crosses it, repeat. That's literally what they do every single time they play.
It's actually
That is their
it's
only way of attacking is crossing it with Bellerin. They cannot create chances through the middle whatsoever.
we kind of got a gift that they have Arteta, and they said he was amazing now because it got a little bit old and tired to just be like Arsenal sucks, Arsenal sucks, Arsenal sucks. But then they thought they were good again, so now it's fun again to me.
Oh yeah, they
Do
actually
you
thought they were
do
good
you
for the
guys
season. And I remember the first. Sorry, remember that first game where they
um
beat Fulham 3-0, and you guys were like, "Oh, Arsenal
Yeah.
had a good win." I'm like, Arsenal played horrible. They didn't even deserve to score 3 goals. And you saw like all over Twitter and everything, and we're at it. Arsenal fans are like, "Oh, we're actually good this year. Arteta's the goat.
No,
Arteta's better
none
than
of
Klopp."
us said they were great though. None of
Yeah,
us
I know. And I was
said
like,
anything
I
too
watched that
positive.
game, like Arsenal didn't look good, and then since then it's just that was their only good
They're
result of the season. Like,
they're actually so trash though. Like I mean I know they always are, but like
they're
Huh.
like genuinely bad this year.
they're
Like,
so bad.
it's not like they're missing chances like usually. It's not like games where they should have won and they're not winning. They're just like a mid-table team, like genuinely, and it's so amusing to me.
I mean, it's similar to, and it's weird now too though because like they kind of have a defense now for some reason. Like they're not
I
conceding goals,
mean,
and they
did
still
you
is
trash.
Gabriel like their top
did
scorer?
you see the goals and the Wolves game? You say they have a defense.
I mean, they're not getting scored on though.
Bro, did you see the goals though? They were so bad. Oh my god.
Honestly, I watched that entire game, but I was so bored I couldn't pay attention. I'm gonna say that straight up.
Bro, literally the first goal, Trevor just completely rinses Tierney and he just crosses it in. Was that one that was the one that was a rebound, right? Yeah, he heads it in. Dendoncker hits the post. There's like 4 defenders on who was it? I think was that Neto's goal? Who scored that one? I forget. Or was it Potence? I don't remember who scored the first one.
Potence.
Potence scored the
He
first one.
he
Yeah,
he,
yeah.
he did a
There's
little
like
chip over the guy's foot.
no, that's the second one. That's the second one.
Oh yeah. Oh Neto.
Yeah, the first one was Neto. Yeah,
They're both raw.
Dendoncker hits the post. There's 4 defenders, and they just stare at the ball, and he just taps it in. And the next one, again, it's just the ball just falls to them. He just flicks it over Gabriel, and Gabriel just looks at him like, oh, like it doesn't even know what he's doing. Like they were so bad. Like
When Adama had that assist, I was like, that's my guy. He was in my
Uh,
top 10.
yeah, he was destroying them, completely destroying them.
But
what I was
every time I see him, he's a beast. I mean, I've heard he plays worse when he starts, right? Like
Yeah, he's
more of a
always
super sub for some
he's
reason.
like
But
if you compare to basketball, he's just like a superstar sixth man, but like he's not a starter.
like Lou Will,
uh,
Not even sure what the Lou Will.
that's like the
Premier
perfect
League.
comp.
That actually is a pretty good.
a 2012 James Harden.
Oh my gosh.
But what I was gonna say earlier was I was gonna compare Mikel Arteta to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and their manager careers. I was gonna say they both came in and did well at the beginning,
That's such a roast.
That's so.
And-
That's why I was
and
laughing.
then
It's so
as-
funny.
That's
as
uncalled for.
Solskjaer was doing bad. Now Arteta's doing bad, even though I guess Party is hurt.
Holy crap.
But what if in January they come and they go and sign? I mean, they've been linked to Ericsson. I really hope that doesn't happen. But they go and sign someone that just revitalizes the team, and they somehow get a European spot.
Why would
I
they
don't-
sign Ericsson and then not give Ozil minutes? They're the exact same player, in my opinion, at this point of their career. Like,
Honestly,
I was about to say, is Ericsson still good?
I don't know, dude. He doesn't play
Ericsson's
anymore.
I
Ericsson's
think
good,
but
he
that should
can't
tell
be.
you
He's
something.
not a workhorse player. He is a what's the word for it? A luxury player.
Luxury.
He's a luxury player. Same as Ozil. Same as Dele Alli. They're all luxury players.
Yeah, but well, I know a little more about Ozil. It's not just that Ozil's a luxury. Like Ozil fell off. A lot of people, for some reason, think that if he were to just go to another, or not go to another team, a lot of people think if Arsenal just put him back in the lineup that he'd be playing good. Like the last several times we've seen him, he's just not that great.
when was the last
Like
time we did see him?
a long time ago, but I remember.
But you said, but he wasn't having actual stretches where he was playing games. It'd be like one-off games where he'd get a start and then expect to change the game because Ozil's finally back in the lineup. Oh, that's what he does. He doesn't have a great game, and then he doesn't play for 10 games. So like,
There's a reason he's not playing though. They put him on the field and it was not pretty.
well, I feel like the old number 10 can't really be used anymore. I feel like teams are too much of workhorses. I feel like the players' stamina has gone up so much that they're able to just run the entire game. And I feel like players like Ozil, who just get outran and get outworked every single game they play. That's just how they play. I feel like it's gonna work for them
So
because there's players
if
like De Bruyne who can still do what Ozil can do going forward, but he's also a workhorse on defense. And I feel like like Ericsson as well. He's just not. They have no defensive capabilities whatsoever. They don't have the energy to put in all that like work into the game. I
So
feel like
basically, we're saying if Adama's Lou Will, Ozil's Roy Hibbert. Basically,
oh my god.
that's actually a super interesting thing, and I have no idea how I feel about it.
Actually, well, this is interesting. So I was just looking at the Brighton Liverpool games. I didn't have it up before. Basuma won 8 tackles. Liverpool won 13.
Oh no.
You know, wait.
Oh god, really? Did it
That was
happen again?
wait. We hear you again, but that was the worst yet.
Oh, it was. Am I back now?
No,
Hello, hello, hello.
I mean yeah, but then you weren't for a second. If this whole podcast is messed up, I'm gonna be mad. 'Cause
We'll be fine.
What if it's just us two super laggy and Cutter normal?
No, well, it'll pick up my audio, and I hear you guys fine the entire time.
All right, perfect.
yeah, but the couple times where it was messed up, you heard us fine those times too.
Yeah, but that's for a different thing. That's not because of lag. That's
You
just
so you think you fixed
that's just
that?
OBS issues. I think I fixed it. I mean, it hasn't happened since I changed some things, but yeah. So what I said was, Basuma won 8 tackles for Brighton in that game, and Liverpool only won 13 in that entire game.
Good for him.
Well,
Good
I
for
love
him.
Basuma. Imagine if we had Basuma and Højbjerg. I want to buy Basuma, bro. I want to buy the Brighton
He'd be
team.
that.
I want to buy White. I want to buy Basuma. I want to get Lamptey. And I want to get Trossard. Oh, I'll be so happy, bro. So happy. Just buy their whole team. It'd be amazing.
But yeah, we could go on to. We don't really have to talk about this, but City beat Burnley 5-0. Riyad Mahrez, a
well, we
very,
have to,
very
we
good
have to
winger,
shout
got a
him
hat
out.
trick.
We have to what?
Yeah, you have to shout that out. We can't just not touch on Amara's hat trick. That was brilliant.
Pretty.
Mm.
Yeah.
He knows who he is. He knows he could be the top winger in the Prem if he wanted to. He just let Salah and Mane get all the praise.
Yeah, but
And Son.
we were getting
You
called
think
out
you
for
think
that the other
Mahrez
day.
is holding back? Joe,
Oh,
you think he's
100%.
holding back?
It's sort of like Tangy, you know. If they just gave him the ball more,
Mahrez
Lights
gets the
out.
ball and puts up great stats. I couldn't disagree with you more. There's no way Mahrez is holding something back from us. He's a great
no.
player, but he's not.
I'm joking, but
Okay.
he is very good.
He is very good, and he gets the recognition to an extent.
Nah, but me and Joey were getting called out for having him like top 4 on our list while we were doing the lists.
You were?
Yes,
I don't
bro.
remember that at all.
Yes, Case was calling us crazy. 'Cause
No,
we both had
no,
Mahrez.
you got
Yes, we
called
did.
out.
Because we had Mahrez.
No,
We
no,
both had
I remember. I
we both
remember
had Mahrez over Sterling. That's why we're getting
that you
called
were
out.
getting called out because you had Sterling below Mahrez and Ziyech.
Yeah, but because no, wait, did I have him below both of them? I don't remember. Let me look at my actual list.
Yes, no, you did. You definitely did.
Um.
I let me see. I had Sterling definitely before.
Oh no! Oh, I
It
know.
was
I
definitely
know what I
Sterling
got called
Mahrez
out
for me.
I got called out for having
No, both of
For,
you.
I had Rashford above Sterling. That's why everyone got mad.
Oh my god.
Well, let's see. I'm sure it's
I don't
saved
even
in
remember
clears.
that.
It's not.
Yeah, but I
I
had
didn't
Mahrez
even
fourth,
remember that.
and so did I'm pretty sure Joey did as well. And I had Sterling 7, where Case had Sterling second.
Oh wow, I did have Ziyech in front of Sterling. Wow, I'm crazy.
Nah, you're not. I, I, I feel like they have.
I mean, we don't have to rehash that, but
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, no, we don't.
I think Mahrez is overall better. Like it's not even a thing like saying Sterling's bad. I just think Mahrez is just better overall. He's literally insane.
but so
Did you see that
is
second goal he scored, bro? Was so good on the Walker throwing, bro. He rinsed them so hard. Like there's literally no players in the league better than him, cutting onto his left foot and just curving it top corner. Like he does it so consistently. It's literally all of his goals are just him getting the ball, doing a shimmy, cutting it inside, left foot, top corner. Shimmy, left foot, top corner, over and over and over again. He's always doing it. Like he's so good.
is City back?
City back.
I mean, that was Burnley.
Well,
Burnley, but it was pretty impressive.
The thing is, if City wins that game that in hand, they're in fourth place. So.
So what are you saying? They never went anywhere?
It's not like they've been gone. It's just
They have Fulham next.
they haven't had a striker the entire season.
Well, forget the table. They
And then Manchester Derby.
They haven't looked particularly great.
Well, I think the
Sorry, they're
biggest
back.
issue is they're holding midfielders. I think they need to sort out that issue. I think they need to change their tactic and stop trying to play double pivot. I think they need to go back to the old City ways.
What double pivot are they playing? Rodri and who? Cancelo?
Rodri and Gundogan played the last game, but a lot of time they played Rodri and Fernandinho.
I don't think they haven't been playing the double pivot though. Gundogan hasn't played that many games.
It's been Fernandinho and Rodri a lot. I mean, I can look at all their lines from their
not
games.
not the games. I saw a good amount of City games. I don't think they've been playing that much double pivot.
You're thinking about the game
If
where
anything,
they're playing a 3-1-4, the 3-1-2-4. In those games, they don't play the double pivot, and they look so good going forward.
well, they kind of do. They actually kind of do, but it's Rodri and Cancelo. They played Cancelo in midfield more than like 3 or 4 games. Like he was not left back at all when defending, yeah, but they pushed him into center mid with Rodri.
Yeah, so far this year, they've played a 4-2-3-1 4 times. They've played a 4-3-3 4 times, and then they played the 3-1-4-2 once.
Yeah, but I just don't believe that. I mean, that's not true because they had that Arsenal game that me and you watched. Bet that if you look that up, they say the formation was 4 in the back.
Oh, then wait.
And that
What
was
was it?
4
2 in the back?
No, it was 3 in the back. It was Walker, Ake, Diaz, and Cancelo was fully in the midfield.
Oh no, yeah. They had that down. That was the 3-1-2-4 we were just talking about. They have it down.
That was the 3.
Yeah.
But they did that. They did that again though.
I don't know. Cause that's when they were.
Anyway, what was your point again?
Wait, it's actually really funny. I just realized when they played that formation, that 3-back, they played Phil Foden as the left mid. Maybe he is a left back. I was right.
He wasn't left. He wasn't fullback. He was not fullback.
Wing back.
You remember we said it was a front 4 and he was left wing.
Wing back Foden. Yeah, Mahrez is their top scorer so far this year.
Dang. Really shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then the other side of Manchester.
But are they back though?
I don't think they really ever left. I feel like they.
You don't think they ever left?
Yeah, no way they ever left. They're
Injury
City.
issues. They had no left back to start the season because Mendy picked up an injury and he's already trash. They had no Ruben Diaz when Laporte was out forever and didn't have Ake playing at first. And then they had no Aguero, no Jesus. They weren't playing Ferran Torres as the false nine in the beginning. Bernardo Silva has been having injury issues as well. Gundogan, I'm pretty sure, started the season had an injury issue. Like, they literally had no one playing. Like, their start of the season, they were playing, like, Stones and Garcia.
Their number one problem, yeah, only for like a couple games, but regardless, their number one problem was not having that striker. So you're saying that they just never went anywhere. It was injuries, but then again, as we can all see, teams are going to have to deal with injuries. So
yeah,
that's good. That's going to be interesting. Like, although they didn't have Aguero or Jesus, that probably won't. That could happen again, but at least they have cover because Jesus is really good.
And also, Joe, to answer your question, Lacazette is Arsenal's top scorer this year.
Whoa.
With 3, and then Gabriel and Aubameyang have 2.
Okay, Gabriel's up there.
You have to admit though, like the lineup, they've put out pretty good lineups and underperformed in a lot of these games. So I need to see them. This game was a good start for them, and honestly, I was hoping that this wouldn't happen, obviously, but because Manchester City is continues to be my prediction to win the league.
Yeah, no, me too, 100%.
Dang.
But yeah, if they win the next game like 3-0, playing good football again, I'd say they're back
Against Fulham?
Yeah, against Fulham.
All right. All right, you guys want? Oh, you go.
So yeah, so far right now, Kane and Son. Kane has 7 goals. Son has 9. Our next highest scorer is Aurier with 1. Jeez, that's crazy.
Jesus.
But I'm saying no variety. You guys need to mix it up.
Tanguy has 1. Tanguy has a goal.
And you got Chelsea, Werner's got 4. Zuma's got 3. Tammy 3, Jorginho 3, Chilwell is 2.
All right.
So you want to take it? You want to take it across the street to United?
to the super sub of God, I guess, or the best super sub ever, basically. The number 10 on my striker list, Edison Cavani.
Want to be Giroud, Edison Cavani?
No! Don't go that far. Do not go that far.
Oh my God.
Do not go that far in terms of what? Do you think Cavani can't shine Giroud's shoes?
You cannot compare a non-World Cup champion to a World Cup champion. But yeah, no, Southampton had that game too, man. And then Cavani came on and was the only one that reacted to deflected crosses.
I was sad. Because I predicted that Southampton and Wolves were gonna win, and yeah, I was mad when they came back.
And Premier League pick'em.
But nah, just in my house. But but I mean, yeah, it was the Cavani show. Bruno got on the score sheet as he always does. I think anyone that was talking trash is starting to realize, wait, this guy's actually kind of good. But, or if you thought he was kind of good, I think you gotta at least be like, wait, he's really good. Anyway.
Okay. I think it's time to wrap it up.
Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, sorry, Jack Grealish is better. But so continue.
I never want to talk about that again.
LOL.
I don't think we have to continue on the game. Anybody want to talk about that game? Not me.
I didn't watch it.
I mean, I don't. Southampton folded. Every team has a fold once.
Way too open.
Yeah.
Play right through them. Greenwood should have scored.
Yeah, he should have. I remember.
He had 2 very good opportunities. And yeah, I mean, Cavani's good apparently.
I think my favorite moment of the game is the fact that Hayer got subbed out.
Well, he was quote unquote hurt.
He got injured. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care.
But your favorite moment should have been the fact that he dived into his own goal for the 2nd time in 1 week.
For your boy James Ward-Prowse's free kick goal.
Oh my God. Yes, sir, bro. Ward-Prowse another goal.
Really think about that. Wait, really think about that though. How do you dive into your own goal
Ask Meslier.
twice in 1 week?
Ask Meslier.
Ask, or and ask. You could ask him as well.
He literally jumped into the goal holding the ball.
That's what I'm telling you. He's trash.
Oh my god, that was so funny. Oh. Yeah, James Ward-Prowse has 6 goal contributions from the midfield in 10 games. That's insane. That is so impressive.
Yeah. The only other big game we didn't really touch on was Arsenal Wolves, which didn't feel like a big game because Wolves aren't the best to watch, and Arsenal aren't the best to watch, and then yeah, so it might as well have been like Wolves v. Well, I don't know. I almost said Wolves v Brighton, but then Cutter would have been like, "Wait, Wolves v Brighton? Where do I sign?" But
I mean, we touched on that game a little bit already when we were talking about Arsenal and their poor defending. Let's talk about Jimenez.
And also just them being trash. Like Wolves without Jimenez is not that great of a team.
Yeah,
and they didn't even draw. They lost. I mean, really think about how I know we were dogging on them before. So you're right, we did touch on them, but they didn't score a goal in 5 games. 5 games. They haven't won in their last 6. This is the team that wants to be top 4. They have a 6-game, not a 6-game unbeaten streak. They have a 6-game beaten streak.
With a header and a penalty. And
sorry, not beaten streak because they had draws. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I don't know.
Haven't won a game.
I don't know. That's just
their 1 goal in the past 6 games is from Gabriel.
Well, no.
Are you kidding me? Well, then maybe it's 5 games because they literally.
It was in that stretch. They had no goals from open play.
It was in that stretch.
Yeah. They had 5.
Damn,
they had no goals from open play for 5 games. Trust.
Did they win? Did they win the game where he scored?
No.
Who do you score against?
What game was it? Wasn't Aston Villa? Was it against a bigger team? Man U.
Yeah, so they did win.
Game,
yeah. So they hadn't scored a game from open play in
last 6. They hadn't done it
in the last 5 games. Yeah, but they did have a win.
1-6.
My bad. They had a win on a penalty against bum-ass Manchester United. I apologize.
Yeah. That game was... Oh, I never watched that game. I feel like we watched that game together, Johnny. Second half, I think.
Did we?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. But the
we did.
other game I want to talk about... Jack Grealish played insane against West Ham, and I feel so sorry for him because his team was horrible. Also, Villa was... so bad. You watched the highlights, right?
Yeah.
Poor Villa. Or poor Grealish, I mean.
Dude.
Poor guy. I really hope he comes to us, but he's going to be riding City's bench next season.
My man completed 8 dribbles in a game where only... How many were completed? Bro, literally, West Ham completed 5 dribbles the entire game, and Grealish had 8. The rest of his team had 6 combined.
But he had 8?
Yes. 8.
Oh my god, that's more. That's more than Neymar gets.
Yeah, like he had an insane game. I mean, he has the highest match rating out of every player in the league right now. Like he's playing.
Yeah, he's going off.
Out of his socks right now.
He's going off.
Yeah.
Good for him.
You know who else is going off?
Yeah, I don't know.
Bruno. Huh?
They had the same amount of goal contributions, except Jack Grealish doesn't have the 4 penalties that Bruno has.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ollie Watkins has a missed penalty though.
Bruno doesn't have the 4 deflections that Jack Grealish has, so it equals it evens out.
Grealish is also higher on the table.
Has less shots per game, and he has 3 man of the matches compared to Bruno's 1.
Oh no, I lied.
What's worse, a penalty or deflection?
Penalty.
Definitely a deflection.
It depends, bro.
I don't know.
They weren't that bad. Like they weren't like.
Some of them were.
They weren't like the drill.
Some of them were.
Okay, but
no, in the Liverpool game, Liverpool game, they were just. It was just pinball.
Okay, no. But he had 2 goals and 3 assists in that game. You can't even like step to him. Like That game, that was such a good game.
Like against West Ham, I'll give you that. But that Liverpool game was you just kick the ball anywhere and it would go in the net. That was a funny game. I had no intentions of watching that game, and my dad was just like, "Liverpool or Aston Villa's up 4-0," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I go to watch it, and then
that was so funny.
it's like 5, 6, 7.
I was in a call with I think 11 people watching that game off the start, and then it just all went downhill. There's 3 Liverpool people in the call. It was amazing because there were 2 United players or United fans because we just watched the Spurs United game and they're like, "Oh my, this is the worst day ever." And after that game, they're like, "I don't care that we lost 6-1. This is amazing." Oh, that was such a fun day for me. I got to watch Jack Grealish go crazy and watch Son and Spurs go crazy and Kane. Man, that was such a good game.
All right, boys. I think it's time.
Yeah, I agree.
You guys want to touch up on? I mean, there's the Leicester Fulham game.
I'm good.
No,
Yeah, but Fulham won. Wow.
Sheffield is trash.
Sheffield lost to West Brom. Yeah.
Newcastle won. We talked about Wilson earlier. Got a goal on this. I think him and Johnson both got a goal and assist in that game. Somehow Patrick Bamford.
Yeah, they both got goal assists.
4 shots per game, and he's not the top scorer. I don't know how.
Fulham scored a penalty.
Fulham scored a penalty. That's a big
one. Can you believe
that? Crazy.
They almost didn't. Schmeichel got his fingertips to it.
That was a great penalty.
But yeah, it was actually.
Bamford has 40 shots and only 7 goals.
Leeds has 40 shots in the last 2 games and only 1 goal. So.
Compared to
he's outperforming the team.
Compared to Erling Haaland, who has 90 shots and 70 goals.
Yeah. Shots on target.
That's
no, but it's still insane. It's still insane. But even better, Haaland he takes 2 shots, scores 1 a game. Ronaldo, Lewandowski, they take and those type of players they take 3 to 5.
Oh,
It doesn't make sense.
I don't know if you guys have already looked at it, but don't if you haven't. Who do you think has the best match rating for every position so far this year? So I'll go through them all, but who do you think has the best goalie match rating so far?
Mendy?
Darlow.
Darlow, yep. Right back.
Lamptey?
Lamptey.
Nope. Reece James. Left back.
I was thinking it was maybe Reece James. Chilwell.
Yeah.
Reguilon.
Oh, because Chilwell scored twice, so that boosts his rating like crazy. Center backs, you should be able to get one of them, 100%, because
Zuma.
Yeah, how many goals he scored? Yeah, Zuma.
Oh, I wouldn't have said Zuma, so I'm stupid. But.
And then the other center back, there's no way you.
Wait, so the whole back line is Chelsea? Wait, please tell me it's Thiago Silva.
It's not. You won't guess this one.
Joe Rodon.
No. Well, actually,
wait.
I don't know why Serge Aurier isn't in this because his match. Serge Aurier's match rating.
Wesley Fofana.
No.
It's a good guess.
Ooh.
Oh, it's just any defenders?
No, he's been playing.
No, he's been playing the left center back of a 5.
I'm confused because Aurier's match rating this season is a 7.8. But I guess because he hasn't started enough games, he doesn't make the list. I guess.
Probably.
All right, I have to go build this coffee table, guys.
No, but real quick. Who do you think?
All right, let's go.
2 center minutes.
You gotta go build a coffee table.
2 center minutes.
Bruno Grealish.
Grealish is count as a left wing.
So why was he in our center mids?
Because he's in a left attacking midfielder. He's an attacking midfielder. He plays off the left.
Oh, okay.
By the way, James, if anyone that thinks James is a right wing is stupid.
Højbjerg.
He goes.
Yeah, exactly. No.
But specifically James. Højbjerg, hell no.
Grealish is in it, but you've got the other two midfielders. There's a right winger, obviously, and then a center mid.
James and
James is
De Bruyne.
Nope.
De Bruyne.
Nope.
Oh, just tell us.
Oh, you should be able to guess this. Come on, Joey. You got this.
Hoybier. Tangy!
I know.
It's not Tanky. McGinn.
No. It wasn't again.
Bro, just tell us. I don't know.
Nah, you got you able to figure it out.
Ross Barkley.
We were just talking about him.
I don't even. We were talking about.
Oh, James Ward-Prowse.
There you go, James Ward-Prowse. And up top, you should have
James
guessed both of these pretty quick.
Kane.
And
Son.
no,
Oh, because Son.
Calvert-Lewin.
Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was Bend It Like Bettner trivia, everybody.
All right, now
Maybe-
monthly. I'm joking.
Monthly. You're gonna go to seasonal? Oh wait, no, that was seasonal.
I mean, the only players in the seasonal that are in the weekly are James Ward-Prowse and Grealish. And Meslier, John Stones, Ogbonna, Carvey Reed, Mahrez, De Bruyne, Jesus, and Joelinton all made it this week.
Anyway, that's a pretty nice podcast. I like this trio and the way.
The only two players that are in the monthly, the seasonal, and the weekly are James Ward-Prowse and Jack Grealish.
Well, the weekly's arbitrary. Anyway.
Yeah, but they're all three.
All right,
Cool.
take it away, John.
Johnny's just mad.
Matter what, it doesn't matter.
Johnny, go.
All right, thanks for tuning in to episode 12 of the Bend It Like Bender podcast. We'll see you next time.